It could change the pace for everything tonight. Um, but I'm curious, Nitro, have you seen Chronos play before? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have seen Akari because they don't like make content, but I know that there have been a few videos posted by some YouTubers, namely Wumbo you probably be most familiar with of Chronos gameplay.
Yeah, I have seen them.
Yeah, any thoughts on their style, specifically of the lower speed, high efficiency?
I think I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so I like the style. Although it's kind of, a biased opinion. But I think he's a really impressive player.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to
myself as
see,
well. I definitely envy that efficiency because I come from a camp of higher speed and lower efficiency myself, which I've been working on. But I just envy the ability to pull out that 1 APP as consistently as I've seen him do. And of course, these super high scores in score attack, which I'm not even really in that boat yet. I gotta play some more of it in practice. But yeah. I'm gonna give the signal to our players to start at any time, and we're gonna get straight into this. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there we are, yeah.
Nice. And yeah, chat is also here on screen for this. A little bit of a ballsy move. I just figured that seeing chat's reactions to this kind of game would be very interesting.
I'm sure chat will behave.
Yep. So we're seeing the classic ST stacking coming out from Chronos, and Akari's going for more of a freestyle setup here. Nice fractal into a super T-spin from their side.
Yeah, it's clear to see they have the speed advantage, but Chronos is a very efficient player, so let's see which ends up being more important here.
They do have to break their ST though very early, so this could already throw off their ambitions for this match. However, they do stack this super T-spin here. Unfortunately, having to hang the O over, they're just not able to get that I down in that hole that they prepared for it.
Let's see if they can fix this stack.
Yeah. So it looks like they're just opting to stack over it for now. Yeah, grabbing that TSD there. And I feel like it is somewhat important to note that Chronos is an LST stacking opportunity that they can't use just because of how high it is. I'd say it's pretty ballsy to stack LST in score attack because it's one of the more volatile repeating T-spin double loops, and ST stacking is just so much easier if you can get to it, of course. If you're in this situation and you're probably lower in the board, a mid-game LST setup probably wouldn't be too bad.
Akari here able to fix the stack, and they're back to a good position now. Chronos still kind of struggling with theirs.
Yeah, as I noted in chat, we have a little bit of a weird one here because our plans for this broadcast did not get cemented up until about like 2 days ago. So we have quite a weird lineup here today where we have a losers round 5 match edging its way into the broadcast top 6. Whereas some actual top 6 players have already found themselves knocked out. But we still have tons of great players here. We're going to see some Bowser coming up later, which Bowser is very, very good at score attack.
Yeah.
She can pull off some amazing scores against some players who you wouldn't expect them to beat. I think they've won with like 2.2 or 2.3 scores against any like big name in Tetris that you can think of that's played score attack. I know that they've beaten Wumbo on several occasions. And just other titans. Super Shocky maybe they've also beaten, who's world record holding ST stacker. And we officially hit our level 21 transition on Akari's side. Chronos, 30 lines behind, 474,000 points behind.
Yeah, kind of having some trouble with the stack here consistently.
And yeah, we are planning on finishing the entire score attack bracket tonight. But yeah, we've already got a 1.1 million at 118 lines, which is great pace from Akari, but their stack is super messy right here.
Yeah, this
Oh
will be
my
tough.
god. Wow.
That is very risky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They get that that should be considered a kind of Trinity setup in my opinion, but I think that's just a DSTSD.
Hmm.
Okay, it's called a 3D cannon. I didn't know that I actually made a name for that. Okay. We're getting a Kaiden prop come up here. Oh man, that's an unfortunate J piece hang from Akari, and they can't spin the I piece under. If they can't find a solid down stack here, we could see an early top out, but I'm not betting on it. They're just gonna have to be really smart about where they're stacking these pieces. All right, we're back into a 6-3 situation. Manages to grab the climb there. Nice TSD into level 26 for them.
Yeah. Yes, they're still really high up though, so not necessarily safe yet, but they're making their way down.
Yeah. Right now, Akari's still up by 500,000 points. Chronos is making the strides that they need to make to possibly edge out a win. They're starting to grab that score per lineup. They've hit the 1 million by the time they need to, and they can definitely grab 500,000 points. Topping out right there at level 27, 168 lines. If Chronos can make his way down quick and start a solid 7-2 or 6-3 stack, they definitely can make a comeback here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're seeing a nice strategy here that a lot of master players use. Rather than rotating a piece back and forth to extend the lock delay, what actually works here is moving the piece back and forth, as you see. And we're seeing some nice Kaiden props come in from them here. I don't know if we're at a stable enough point to call this restarting ST stacking, but they are edging in the TSTs when they need to. They have about 70 reasonable lines left before death if they're, you know, able to clear M30 to get these 300,000 points well within the range of possibility. So it seems like, yeah, they're actually handling the stack pretty well right now. Able to put down most of their pieces when using the stall tactic that they need, but I think 28 might be a little bit too much for them.
Yeah, this is looking rough.
Yeah, not able to make these keyframe perfect rotations that they need to here at the top. Though it is actually easier to handle at the top. Oh, I think that was an unfortunate hard drop. They meant to hard drop this piece, but the lock delay came in right beforehand, so they accidentally double dropped. But now it's Akari's turn. And are we gonna see? Okay, we're seeing a level 10 here. This start, I would actually say, is going to favor Chronos. You can't find their ST stacking start, but is going for a TKI variation. Actually leading into only a single, going for this 8-1 T-spin instead. So if he was able to find the ST start, this would be a very great level to start on for Chronos.
Yeah.
Level 10 is a very flexible level. T-spins send a very decent amount of points, and this is a fairly easy level to deal with for ST. I will say that's a pretty nice single prop for an 8-1 stack. Alright, and now they found a nice 7-2 set they can really work with here. Looking to level up the stacks here. A super T-spin is going to be needed to keep this up, and yeah, there they go. And Akari with a 9-0, which is very... I'd say that this is quite a bold play. Given the
when you think score attack, you don't really think about 9-0, do you?
But yeah, I think that this was just their quickest way to resolve their misdrop, but I think just skimming for the few singles is probably a better choice, which is what they've led to now. Yeah, now they're going back to T-spins.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're keeping up an 8-1, which is very interesting. When I was commentating the second Square One qualifier, I noticed a favorite strategy of Bubbles, who played in the Zone Championship today, was to 8-1 stack a Super T-Spin double loop.
Wow.
Because apparently an 8-1, they're fairly easy to find, which I never knew before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
There's a specific pattern, I think, that you can loop, which allows them to be found fairly easily. Chronos has got a very interesting stat going on, but Akari has found a clean 6-3 on top of their earlier misdrops, which they're taking quite good advantage of right here. Oh, that is such a bad misdrop.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Okay, but they're gonna greed the fractal out of it, which is probably the best choice.
Yeah.
They also, yeah, they have quite flexible finds there to fix that hole. And Iceman's probably going to be needed to do this comfortably. Oh, they grabbed that, I believe it was an L tuck. That was a J tuck there for that clean
J tuck. That was a good fix up though.
Absolutely. And now we have a, it's a very weird donated cut copy. Oh, they missed another donation that they could have put on top of it right there. They could have done a Z-piece donation, which would have opened up their stack. But it's not really something for them to worry about. They're both on par when it comes to pace. From what I've noticed, Chronos is about 30 lines down, but down 200k points. So he would catch up if he did clear the accurate amount of lines. So we're seeing similar pace here from both these players at this point.
Yeah.
Great Tetris find right there. It's going to allow them to go back down to that one evil hole. They donating? I think they wanted to look for a donation there. But the pieces in their next, along with the gravity, just was not going to allow that to happen comfortably. And now they're stacking up a very high center, which isn't necessarily the worst decision in the world, because it allows you to deal with these pieces spawning in at higher levels easier. But that staircase that they made there wasn't really great. It forced them to break their back-to-back.
Yeah, now they're back to 9-0.
Oh yeah,
which is also what Chronos has been doing.
Yeah, so now we're on like probably a truly even field here. We have a 35 line difference here with 300,000 points, which can easily be made up with T-spins. If I were Chronos right now, I'd be looking for a way to go to 6-3.
Yeah.
Because
they've been stuck with this 9-0 for quite a while.
Yeah, and you know, Akari is also stuck in a 9-0. You see them trying to skim out of it right here. They're doing one of those 8-1 STSDs we were talking about a little bit earlier. They're just super easy to find there, just because of the flexibility that you get when stacking these certain pieces.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
But Akari is a very comfortable 9-0 stacker, but I'm pretty sure Chronos would definitely be more in their element with a center stack. Yeah. Oh, here they go. Okay. So yeah, now they're starting to find more Kaidom props. But, okay, yeah, perfect. There we go. Finally found a pretty good way to break out of that 9-0. Which was holding their efficiency back. Deciding how to stack these L's and J's here. They got quite a lot of them coming up in a short period of time. And alright, 200 lines for that level 21 transition for Akari. We're seeing the score gap is staying relatively the same, which is what I was talking about earlier. They're both playing at a similar pace. The score gap is staying between 300 and 400k and between like 30 and 40 lines cleared. Akari did attempt to greed for that super T-spin. I don't know if you picked it up, but they had to actually just execute it without doing, you know, line clearing part of the T-spin. There's some floating T pieces there, but they managed to grab might have been a DT cannon for all I know. I know it involved a couple of T-spins.
I think it was just a triple.
Oh yeah, it could have been just a triple. I was focusing so hard on talking that I just didn't pick up what the setup actually was. I knew I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't know what it was. And yeah, here they're at this point at the top of their screen, which we saw them get to last time, where they misdrop a couple times in their comfortable part of the stack. So they just resort to greeting as many T-spins as possible near the top. But this isn't necessarily a bad choice. This is kind of what you want to do if you're up here. You want to avoid skimming as much as possible, because those are lines that are being taken away from your overall score. I'm going to say that Imperial Cross is probably the best fix that they could have found.
Yeah, that was great.
But yeah, the line gap is continuing. Chronos is almost 60 lines behind now with an 800k deficit.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. ZP's hang is not looking great for Akari right here. Okay, yeah, but they're able to find this T-spin to start to open up their stack.
Ooh,
Chronos,
that's rough though.
Oh, yeah. I'm liking Chronos' position. They're in a clean 7-2. And they're even able to find this fractal, and the T's are coming at the perfect time to do it safely.
Yeah, it's looking much better than it was a while ago, when they were stuck in at 9-0.
Yeah. This is where they're hoping to catch up, though. We got about 61 lines and 800,000 points to make up, so they're gonna have to be on their A game here to...
Yeah, that is a lot.
They have to be on their A game here to find this. They're gonna need to get into a stacking method where they can comfortably stack these T-spins with the super high gravity. This TST will not work. They just unfortunately stacked the side too high. Their overhang didn't work. I do think that they should have went for a cut copy there, though. It was possible. And it would have left them in a decent stacking position. However, if they should not avoid this. They should not avoid this down stack any longer. They should really just take the skims now and get down, so they can milk as many points as possible in these later levels. I forgot I left these on. Should probably change the alert graphic. But Commando, thanks for following. Okay, here we go. Level 26 transition. So yeah, we're starting to see the deficit creep up here. We're at a similar line count now. Well, actually, a difference of 10. In theory, they could catch up like 200,000 points here if they spin every T, but that will probably not happen at level 26. It's very interesting to think of the theoretical efficiency and then just the limits that each player can actually play at these speed levels. Because this score tech speed is very unforgiving. Also good to note the time limit there. They only have 2 minutes after their opponent tops out. So Akari could be choosing strategic deaths, just building up that like 900k deficit by going slightly faster. And just letting Chronos ride it out, knowing that they might have the potential to actually catch up, but how unlikely it is just compared to their speed.
Yeah.
We see Chronos going for the ST stack, their Q being a little bit unforgiving for what they're actually looking for. So yet again, we're seeing the same story as game 1. Chronos picking this level 20 start. Unfortunately cannot find their ST though, and is going to have to continue with a different stacking method. But Akari with these early game misdrops, it might hinder their it might hinder their later game efficiency. This could give Chronos a point. But yeah, they're finding it pretty hard to clear through this. They hung that eyepiece over that well, which I don't know if they had another place to put it that would have worked for their plans. But that is so unfortunate. It's just gonna lead them in this hole even further. And Chronos right here is finding arguably risky T-spins, but I think at this point he's justified in going for them. Maximizing the amount of points that they can get in these early line counts while Akari is forced to deal with these misdrops is going to be crucial for later game, especially when the speed starts kicking up over 20. Also, with this level 20 period, they're going to be netting a lot more points per Tetris and T-spin than we saw on Akari's level 10 start pick. So these first 100 lines before the transition are more crucial than ever. Because beforehand, when you transition from 10 to 11, you have so much more time to gain points. But here, that's not really possible. You're getting to level 30 so much faster by a factor of 100, extra lines that you get just by starting level 10. And it's very important to get these early 50 or 60 lines solid, these lines before the transition when the game is just starting and there are as few misdrops as possible. And Bowser bringing up some great points here. She'd probably be more of an expert here in the meta than both of us, as well as Chronos and everyone playing tonight. Where ST stacking is definitely the way to go on higher gravity. The great thing about ST is that you have that high center that you get by continuously building those overhangs, which allows you to navigate 20G a lot easier, just due to how the pieces spawn. They're going to spawn immediately on the field rather than falling down at all, even by one frame. And if you're spawning at that high center point, it just gives you a lot more maneuverability to get it to a lower point in the stack. And you see Chronos is actually trying to find their ST mid-game right here. And it looks like they're actually going to have it. They're getting the perfect pieces to build these overhangs, and they're making the correct decisions on what exactly they should be building. Okay, they unfortunately dumped that S piece under by trying to stall here for time. They are finding overhang fixes so they can grab at least a couple more T-spins with the ST pattern. Very great to grab this. We're definitely seeing Chronos finally have their efficiency breakthrough.
Yeah, this is much better than in the last two games.
We're noticing the 165k gap with like 40 line difference here. Chronos just taking advantage of those early game misdrops. I definitely see them having a pretty strong potential of grabbing this point.
Yeah.
That was a great donated T-spin from there as well. They're definitely moving towards this 9-0 just for the safer stacking. But with 9-0, you can still find these great staircase and middle stack donation T-spin opportunities. And meanwhile, Akari's just trying to stride here, and they're having such a huge difficulty not accounting for the initial spawn rotation of that I piece, trying to get as fast as possible to that T for the T-spin. Chronos has 2 minutes here, only 128k points. He's got a great 9-0 stack, great back-to-back continuations with the mini T-spin here. There's no reason why he doesn't grab this game.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't misdrop anything like really bad.
Or his keyboard just disconnects in the middle of the match. I think he's got this. Yeah, just one more Tetris needed for this. Actually, it seems like Chronos is holding off as far as possible, trying to find the most inefficient way to this win. Grabbing that clean 1,013,000 points over. Only took him about 40 seconds there. We're seeing an extra 1,100 points per line come in handy there. Grabbing. And now it's yet again Akari's choice. This level 10. Yeah, this is where Chronos is gonna want to keep ST stacking.
Yeah, absolutely. And is this the first time we've seen ST stacking? Like, well, if this lasts, because I don't think they have started it out with. There
have been attempts, yes, but it actually being
but none that
successful.
lasted.
Yeah, and yet again, this will be the same case, but the longest that we've seen was Chronos there in that last game with that mid-game ST stacking.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely going to be all up to who will be the best mid-game stacker here. And yeah, Bez also bringing up another great point. Ferox, I don't know if I already brought this up, held marathon world record, might still hold it with ST. It might just be the ST record. Because in theory, LST will net a higher point value, but ST is just so easy compared to LST. And Ferox is a great ST stacker. For any more casual viewers who are stopping by tonight, maybe just browsing the category after the classic Tetris stream, you really don't know what's coming for you here with this ST stacking that you're going to see. You might think it might be reasonable to keep it going for 50 or 60 T-spins. I actually wouldn't be shocked if Ferox can just keep it going for the entire round.
Yeah, they have the potential.
So you're definitely going to want to be here for that. The winner of this game will actually be playing Ferox in the next round. So you'll get to see that right after this.
Akari with the DT cannon mid-game.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks to you for following. But yeah, mid-game DT, yeah, we're just seeing these great T-spin subs come out from them. Yeah, they're gonna have to skim that SDSD. That J piece was not coming early enough to make that overhang. But okay, and then they misdropped the L piece overhang to get for that TSD. That's just unfortunate. That's an unfortunate double right there.
Yeah.
And here, I think we're seeing a fairly similar efficiency again as well. And you're seeing Chronos is taking their sweet time here. They're not trying to stack too fast at all. They are making sure that these pieces are going exactly where they want them, at least when planned. Sometimes it's just hard to stop those misdrops.
Yeah, like that O piece.
But you can definitely tell that they're 100% thinking about where everything is going, which is something that we explained earlier, just about their play style and how they go about Tetris. And here they go. Okay. I think we, depending on how we see this, yeah, I think mid-game ST stacking has pretty good potential to start here.
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunately, they couldn't find the pieces, so...
Yeah, but they're still in a... Ooh, this is going to be interesting to see how they deal with this. There is certainly a way to deal with it, and... Yeah, they're just going to have to tuck instead. What I was hoping that they would do is T-spin single and leave a platform for an STSD, if that was even possible. Because that would have been the greedy option, and I think it just would have been great just to see that. Because I do love myself some greed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, Bowser, I just said Bowser completed because I just read chat and I saw their name again. Chronos, can't mistake the two, is now in their comfort zone, I'd say. They love these 9-0 props and donations. I see them actually opt for this sometimes in zone battle too. So I really know that this is probably one of their areas of comfort in the game. Debating their This ought to be interesting. Forecasting quite a few T-spins here. Are they gonna go for the mini, or are they gonna wait for... Okay, they're waiting for the next T and the Tetris to take the mini and do the T-spin. And then they go propping up the next TSD. And Akari doesn't necessarily look like they have a set method of stacking right here. They're just looking for T-spins.
Yeah, they're kind of just freestyling it. Which seems to be working out for them.
Yeah, especially they seem to be more misdrop prone given their striding playstyle. So this is probably the best for them to keep control of their playstyle while maintaining their efficiency. We know for sure that they're definitely very efficient.
Yeah.
Despite not going for a quote-unquote set stacking method. But yeah, I feel like it's just important to note this huge difference in lines right now. We see it every game, but I think here, Chronos has been playing much better than, you know, the last level 10 start game. We've definitely seen more T-spins come out of them this time. Interesting way to preserve, and I feel like they were onto something with that S piece there.
Yeah, I thought so too, but
The STSD might have been possible there, and I think that's what they were looking at. But if they're in, if you know, you're in this position right here, you're, you know, nearly 60, 70 lines behind, and your efficiency is half decent, you probably want to be as careful as possible now that we're in very consistent 20G level transitions.
yeah.
I'm shocked that they didn't go for the S spin there with the eyepiece. They would have kept their stack super flat. Alright, and Akari opting to top out here with the 700,000 point difference.
Yeah, let's see if Chronos can make that back.
Oh, unfortunately the SP is not able to be rotated. Alright, we saw a little bit of speed come out of them there. They've been letting the pieces soft drop this entire time. I think that was one of the first few times that we saw them actually try to hard drop faster than level. And here they go, yeah.
Yeah, they are speeding up.
I'm thinking they might try. I'm thinking that they're opting to just try and just go as fast as possible for that level 28 kicker that they seem to hit every time. Just stride their way there. Yeah, they got 49 seconds here. They're gonna need to, on average, do 100k a minute. Or 100k every 10 seconds. Not 100k a minute, that's actually quite easy here. But I just think at this point, we're seeing a proof of concept of Akari's stride strategy working. When Chronos has control and they can do those level 20 starts, Akari's more prone to misdropping due to that gravity. And it allows Chronos to play slow and really just get the maximum grip out of his efficiency. But with level 10, he's forced and expected to play much faster, and that, you know, leads him to doing more misdrops as well. And yeah, right there we have decided Chronos versus Akari. Akari winning 3-1. That was a great matchup. Left us with some very intense nail